and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Elway Power Sports of Lincoln is kicking off October with Can-Am side-by-side specials all month long. Are you ready to rule the terrain on a 2023 Can-Am Defender, Commander, or Maverick? You call a play and score big with rebates up to $1,500 or financing as low as 1.99% for 36 months. From an open road to the trails, there's a Can-Am side-by-side that's right for you, and Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has them all under one roof at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in, the clock is running down. Offer ends October 31st, 2023. Certain conditions apply. See dealer for details.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at MidwestBank.com. Member FDIC.
Gary Michaels Clothiers celebrates 40 years of serving Nebraskans in the men's clothing industry. 40 years of some of the most memorable moments. In our way of thanking you for 40 years, we are offering a 40% discount on any single one item in the store. 40% off any suit, sport coat, slack, sport shirt, sweater, outerwear, or shoes. To receive your 40% off on one item, be there by November 11th. Gary Michaels, 40% off for 40 years, located at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Tailored Lights is your go-to local manufacturer and installer of the best landscape lighting. Tailored Lights is excited to highlight the architecture of your home or business and provide a warm environment that feels safe. And for those outside the Lincoln area, they do ship across the country and are happy to work with anyone near or far with lights anywhere from 18 inches to 110 inches. Enhance your curb appeal with an exquisite Tailored Light today. Call 402-432-2572 or go to tailoredlights.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL Weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, expecting mostly sunny skies with increasing cloud cover throughout the day. We'll see a high of around 51. Tonight, mainly clear skies and light winds with a low of around 27. And tomorrow, mainly sunny skies, again, light winds as well, a little warmer. We'll see a high around 58. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Whether you're booking a trip to Lincoln for a football game or a volleyball weekend, the Scarlet Hotel at Innovation Campus is the place for you. The Scarlet Hotel is special on many levels, from the delicious Well and Good restaurant on the main floor to the coolest rooftop patio bar in Lincoln, the Barred Owl, on the top floor of the hotel with great views of the city and one of the coolest drink menus. Book your stay or book a staycation today at scarlethotelnebraska.com.
Welcome in to the Ahman Green Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. 12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach.
Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown. 98 yards and a Lambeau leap.
Here is your host, Ahman Green.
Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Ahman Green. Welcome to the Ahman Green Show. Got my man Austin Harrison, excuse me.
Nah, you're good. I let you correct it first. Yeah.
I had Austin
Shout out
yesterday.
to Austin for helping out, though. Appreciate it.
I had Austin yesterday. My mistake. I knew I was going to do that. As soon as I said, I'm like, dang it.
That's all right. We're both probably walking in at about $1.75. So
we got my man Harrison in with me on the ones and twos. And we're just breaking down, talking a little bit of Rocky League. That's what we played last night. We lost to Penn State, but it was a good match. We were up early, and slowly Penn State came back and won, big 6-point swing, winning 4-2. So the biggest thing I was looking at there, biggest takeaway I see from the players there is the fact that one game good, we got up front right away, and now it's try to keep the other team from either scoring or keep them where we trade off goals. That was the biggest thing I wanted to see after we get this 2-score lead. But then Penn State started scoring, working plays, and getting. Sometimes it's just the way the ball bounces. Literally in Rocket League, you could be in the right position, but then that ball just takes a funny curve or off the round part of the ground. Sometime at the in the corner of the pitch, it has like kind of circular edges.
It's like beveled almost?
Yeah, almost beveled. And so
Okay.
it doesn't really you don't know how that's going to bounce off of that. It's not like a 90-degree corner or angle where if you have a squared off corner, you kind of know where that ball is bounced. So it's rounded, it's beveled. So that ball can kind of just go. And that's what makes it interesting. That's where the talent comes in a Rocket Leaguer to find out what their level is of how to track that ball off the wall. And so, a couple things like that can happen. And then sometimes the ball does that, then you're out of position as a defender or even somebody that's on the offense that's trying to get the ball, but then you get outflanked by the other team and they're able to score. And I saw a few of those in the match that I watched from yesterday. So tonight is Smash. Super Smash Brothers, and we got a really good squad of players there, so I'm excited about that.
You guys said you're 2-1 right now.
I think we're 2-1. I'm gonna get to it.
Okay.
My computer just updated here, so it's kind of a little waking up still. So I'm gonna get it to it before we get done with this series, the show today.
Yeah. While you're talking about it though, the Smash teams had some success. What do you think are some of the bigger strengths that's allowing them to? Right now, it's still super early. You're going to have some more challenges up ahead, but what are they doing right now that you really see and leads to some of their success?
What I like from day one, when I got here in the spring, Eric Dundas, he does a good job of community night and then playing a lot of matches. And we've had a couple. I know we had when the school year started, we had some meetings, myself with the team managers, and he's one of the team managers. He's the team manager for Smash, Sam for Overwatch, Jade for Valorant, Z for League, along with Christian with League and Valorant, and talking to them, and he was asking about practices, like how do you run practice? What's your practice schedule look like? How often in a week do you practice? And like what do you do during that 2-3 hours of practice time? And he said pretty much simply, he said, we just play a lot of games. We just play a lot of Smash. And I think, so the biggest thing I liked about that, was even the biggest thing I liked about it was that they were getting a lot of reps in. Because the biggest thing, and for anybody that in a competitive nature, no matter the game, esports or traditional sport, that you get a lot of reps. And at first I was like, oh, what about working on technique, working on different things with, that happens in a match, the movements, the mechanics. I kind of asked that, but then when I thought about it a little bit more, I said it makes sense because you get to work. If you play in enough matches, you're going to go through all the movements, jumping up high, aerial, kicking low, kicking high, blocking, using the up down power move, down move, all that stuff in Smash. So
does that vary from a game like Rocket? Because that's always what I hear. Like for people playing Rocket, they're always like, go before you do anything. Go to the I forget the name. I think it's just called like training mode.
Yeah,
if you go there and practice like getting the aerials, getting all up in the air.
I think if you don't have that much experience in the game, if you don't play it as often, I think that's you definitely have to do a warm up. But for them, like they're playing all the time. Like they have the Switch in their backpack or they put in their purse and they could roll anytime. You don't even need an internet connection to play against people. As long as you're in a vicinity, you could do like almost like Bluetooth and pair up.
Oh, that's sweet. I didn't know that.
So if we had 2 switches right now,
you don't even need the Wi-Fi.
Me and you could play without the internet. We just connect through Bluetooth basically. And so they're playing all the time. They could play with classmates. They could play with roommates. They could play with people in the dorms right down the hallway, just as long as they're within, I guess, 10, 20 feet.
Do they use like the actual Switch controllers? Do they?
No.
Because I know those are real small. They're a problem in my own hands.
No. Like for myself, I would. Like to me, I'm a controller kid anyway.
Right.
That's how I was born and bred into gaming. But no, for most of the hardcore Smash, Ultimate Smash, Melee players, they find a controller out there. It's either a custom one from Xbox, because not Xbox, Nintendo, but some of the Xbox controllers can still be used, but not that. But Nintendo Switch controllers, and or super old ones like Nintendo 64 controllers.
That'd be crazy to see.
I see it. They have the adapters
Like at a
for
pro
it.
tournament,
Yeah,
you've seen it?
yeah, they will do it because it's either really efficient or it's something about the controller that works better than the newer controllers to compete on. So it's smart, especially if you're on a pro level, to
Right.
use those controllers that you see the other pro gamers using, basically. So
That's crazy. So you can show up to a pro tournament, say it's a Super Smash Bros, and like you'll see there's no necessary like a rule on what you're using to play with controller wise.
no, you could bring in what you want. They'll hook it up for you, or you hook it up yourself to make sure you're all ready to go, because it's just something, things about gamers that are traditionally verbatim across the board.
Right.
That every gamer, don't matter the game, they have their mouse and keyboard, or they have their controllers, and mouse, and then headsets on top of that. And then some tournaments will actually say, "Hey, you could bring your whole setup.
Or you just bring your whole PC.
You could bring your whole PC or console, whatever. Actually, we need consoles. Can you bring yours?" They'll ask you. I remember when going to my first Halo, I went to this Halo LAN event in Chicago, about 3 hours south from Green Bay, and I was looking at the fine print, and I actually no, I take that back. I went to there. All I brought was my controller. That was it. Maybe a headset, a pair of headsets. I get down there. We're playing multiplayer. It's like a kill race. Who gets the most kills win. Move on to the next round. And I noticed during warm up, I'm playing this a couple rounds just to get warmed up. Guys and girls were coming in with their whole Xboxes, their cameras, a small laptop to stream it and everything. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a newbie at this.
They got like the microphones and everything with
them.
They
had everything with them. I'm thinking that, I'm like, you could bring your whole console? You could bring your own laptop to stream it out of?
So they just got like empty spaces for you to set up your equipment?
They have the room. They have the room. So it was at the Microsoft store right off of Michigan Ave in Chicago. It was about 2015, 2016. I would never forget it. And I'm like, man, I'm a noob at this. I thought you could just bring your controller and a pair of headsets, not the whole console. I was like, if I would have known that, I would have maybe brought my console.
So what's the bonus? Did you have to like sit in like a certain area and close with a bunch of other people?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just like we're sitting here, but it's clear off the table, and then we have our whatever's in front of you, your monitor to your console and your controller and your headsets, and you go. And they give you it's either Wi-Fi in the building or hardwire, but obviously hardwire is the best way to go. Have the Ethernet plug right into your Xbox and go after, or Switch or whatever, where they have the OLED now where you could plug in the Switch base and then go hardwire, so you don't have that lag in gaming. So yeah, it was just something like, it was just an eye opener. And so for all the Smash players out there, yeah, they don't travel without their controllers at all. They have and then they have their adapters all ready to go, so they have to put it in. Here we go.
Do you see that landscape changing at all? Because I was just seeing a video the other day. I think it might have been Apex, which I'm not super familiar with the game, but I do know how they're doing it now. It's like for every tournament and some setups, they'll have two mouse and keyboard, and one controller. And that's the way it's set up for all their professionals, because they're figuring out like there's an advantage with the auto lock for people that are like up close, high damage, DPS.
Yep.
And then the people that are back, where it's nice to have those, you can be really calibrate your shots if you're further back. But because they're seeing all these teams have the advantage with one control fiber in the close combat, now it's just the rule that two people have mouse and keyboard, one controller. And that's like the standard for the tournament.
Did not know that for Apex.
Yeah, it might just be like this brand tournament. I'd have to double check on it. But I thought that was really interesting how like it just seems to keep constantly changing on how they're ruling, what equipment you can bring and use for each gaming event.
And you got to read that in the fine print, because I've watched some Apex Legend tournaments, and it's battle royale. It's like Fortnite. It's like PUBG. You got the circle closing down.
It's first person, right?
It's first person shooter. I just didn't know that that was the rule set they had for those guidelines of that tournament, that format of saying, look, you got to have so many people that play on mouse and keyboard, and so many play people on controller. But they are the TOs, they're the tournament organizers, so they can do that and put in the rules. Like I remember when I did a charity fundraiser for my foundation back in I want to say 2015, 2016, and it was a Madden tournament. And what I did, I relayed the message to the people helping out in terms of registration, but they didn't quite like enforce it, because I knew right away that players would come in and say that they're coming with two friends. Like, say you and I go and play a Madden tournament,
Right.
and we know, both of us are really good because we practice with each other, against each other all the time. So we know that if things go right, we'll be in the finals together. So we had a two players show up just like that, and they try to dictate to my registration people, where they should be in the bracket. When I told them, they just forgot. And the registration said, I told them, look, just do first come first, whoever arrives there, that's how they go in the bracket. So if they arrive together, they'll be seed 1 and 2. They'll play against each other. So just fill it up and don't worry about if they say something. And what happened was they said something. It's like, no, you can't put us there. We came together. We shouldn't be playing against each other. It's like, no, this is our tournament. We could run it how we want it. So we missed that one, and they end up in the finals together. And I'm like, see, this is why they should have been in the same bracket together, because it's our rule. Now, if I wanted to do it different, I would have asked in the survey, what's your experience level? And then I could know I could place, like, if the better players are coming together, but I see their experience in Madden, then I could put this kid over in the top left bracket as seed 1, then I'll put the other one at the other bracket as seed 1, and then obviously let them battle all the way to the potential Final 4 and Final 2. And then if one gets knocked off, then it's fairly been playing through a certain amount of games. So I was just trying to watch that, and a lot of tournaments go through that sometimes.
Absolutely. We do have one from the text line, and we got, about 10 minutes or so left on this segment. And this one's a pretty tough one. It's a good question, though, from Ted, because I know a lot of people do have this opinion, or they're maybe worried about it. It says, in a world where digital addiction has been documented and a variable negative effect on a huge swatch of our society, including increased attention deficit disorder and struggles with prioritization. I'm going to proofread to digital.
Whether you're booking a trip to Lincoln for a football game or a volleyball weekend, the Scarlet Hotel at Innovation Campus is the place for you. The Scarlet Hotel is special on many levels, from the delicious Well and Good restaurant on the main floor to the coolest rooftop patio bar in Lincoln, the Barred Owl, on the top floor of the hotel with great views of the city and one of the coolest drink menus. Book your stay or book a staycation today at scarlethotelnebraska.com.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
In my opinion, Nebraska is still in the driver's seat. Wow, to win this thing. They're in the driver's seat. That would be incredible. If Wisconsin hadn't lost Braylon in a high ankle sprain, you don't play again that year. I mean, losing him is monumental.
It'll be interesting to see a team that's missed so many bowl games in a row, how they could handle potentially having the mentality of being in the driver's seat.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. WWE Friday Night SmackDown returns to Lincoln. January 12th, 6:45 p.m. Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Let's throw down right now.
See Rey Mysterio, LA Knight, Bobby Lashley, The Street Profits, Charlotte Flair, Io Sky, Carlito, and more. It's WWE's Friday Night SmackDown in Lincoln, January 12th. Tickets start at $25 and on sale this Friday at Ticketmaster. This is the Ahman Green Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we're back in the building here. So yeah, we're talking about streamers and how long you should allow your kid to stream. So yeah, looking at the notes here, what I looked up here, it said anything from a range of, the first one that we looked up was 4 to what was it?
You said 3 to 6 hours.
3 to 6 hours.
Yeah.
4 hours per stream. Or another one here says roughly 4 hours, 6 days a week. So Monday through Saturday. And then it goes on 3 times, 5, sometimes 5 times. So you can mix it up. As a streamer, the more consistent you are, the more viewership you get, because obviously people are going to know, okay, he or she is going to be on time, at this time. And I mentioned to you while we were off break, a friend of mine, BBXH on Twitch, who started streaming roughly 2 months after I did back in March of 2016. So in about June of 2016 or May of 2016, she started streaming and just playing she was playing Clash Royale at first. And actually was a pro at that. I forgot about that. I forgot to add that in there. She was a Clash Royale pro. Went to a few events. That's part of the reason probably she got noticed by her sponsor.
Clash Royale. I can't.
It's an app
on
game.
that one.
It's an app game, and where you pick your character and you wait. You can't choose the next character till all your money comes up, and then you put them out on the map. It's like electronic chess.
Okay, yeah, I remember that.
So
that
when
was like when I was in junior high. Wasn't it Clash of Clans?
Yeah, Clash, but it was Clash Royale, and then it went into Clash of Clans.
They made another
version.
Okay.
Another same game, but a little bit dumbed down, I guess. I'm not sure what the differences were. But long story short of it, she gets streaming Clash Royale, Clash of Clans, and then a little bit of start playing Sea of Thieves. And then she gets a sponsor to contact her. And it was more, the sponsor reached out to her and her husband and basically said, hey, I own a production company here in Korea. I'll fly you over. I like your streams and I could give you more production value, give you a nice intro to your show. have a studio, you could film it, and her intro was all of that of watching something from Disney or Marvel movie as the intro. I'm like, oh my God.
Well put together.
Well put together. Had her in there, you know, and they were telling me it was green screens here. They had the ropes here, the pulleys and all that. I'm like, dope. And so, well, at the end of the trip, basically their first trip over there, I'm pretty sure they've been back since then, or I hope they still have that sponsor. He pretty much said, give me your number. Talking to the husband and wife, like, what do you want to earn? Because I want to sponsor you. You know, you're, funny and have fun watching you, what have you. And they wrote their numbers down and gave them to him. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, awesome. They had,
good for them, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4 zeros, 6 digits or 5 digits. I was like, that's not bad for a streamer. And
this was 2016.
2016.
Yeah,
when she started streaming. So she was previously married. They're in a relationship, and I think her husband might have had a job doing something. I can't remember what he used to do, but I know he manages her now with all her events. I've seen her go places. Be at the Fortnite World Championships, playing with other streamers, and just making it a career. And so, if you can do it right as a young adult, then yeah, a college student can do this. You just got to plot out your schedule. You got to manage your time, and make sure that you get everything done that you need done, just like with young kids dealing with parents, or parents dealing with kids that are streamers or want to stream or even play video games. You have that schedule down. So then for them, as they get older, they know how to manage it. Because that's the biggest thing is time management. I think that's what the one question was talking about, time management. And that is important, obviously, for any students that are at the high school level and below that are gamers. You got to manage that time, and you got to still know what's priority, because your grades in school is priority. Playing video games is an activity that you do, just like if you're a football player, baseball player, basketball player, track runner, cross country runner, anything like that. That's an activity you do because you have good grades. You have the discipline to show up to practice. You have the discipline to get good grades and study up for your classes. So you just got to remember that's the line you got to walk if you want to do something like this. And and even if you're not going to go and be an athlete, for a scholarship, something, it's still something you got to put in the mindset of your kid in the home. They're saying, hey, this is how we run things in the house. We're not going to just have you run around. You did that when you was a baby. Now you're 10, 11, 12, 13, right. 14, 15, where you're starting to become a young adult. And so you got to understand these are the responsibilities that you got to have to be able to do some of the things you want to do. Because as adults, as we know, right, we got to pay bills. We got to work. We got to, do certain things to have the life we want. And what makes it easier, for one, if you're doing the job that you love to do, in terms of that aspect, because no matter who you are, you're going to have some type of job. And if you love it, great. If you like it, that's better. That's okay too.
Yeah,
but
thanks, DP.
Yeah, there you go. I love what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm talking, I'm teaching, I'm coaching, and, helping young adults, better themselves, or even make me better sometimes, because they teach me a lot of little stuff every day,
I'm sure especially with technology, it's like the younger, that's one thing with technology, the younger age group's always going to have the upper hand.
Yeah.
They're just going to adapt to it way faster. So you probably learn things, every day.
Yeah. Adapting to the tech, teaching me about the funny stuff stuff I used to teach my mama, that like slang and all that.
Yeah.
The new stuff. I remember when the first time talking to some of my players and years ago, and I remember learning, because I heard the words, some of the slang, heard sus. I'm like, I'm assuming that means suspect, right? They're like, yeah, like somebody's lying or somebody's is sketchy. And then cap. I was like, cap.
That one took me a while.
Me too.
Because I had it opposite. I didn't realize the cap, no cap.
Right.
And I'm only 24.
Right. And I'm just like, wait a minute, where does it originate from? Is it because is it off another word?
I couldn't actually tell you.
Because lion,
where it originated.
When you say cap and you're referring to lion, doesn't add up for me. Like sus makes sense because it comes from suspicion or suspect. I totally get that. That makes sense to me. But cap, I'm like, but I get it. I know it's defined as somebody lying about whatever they're lying about. You capping. No, that's no cap, for real. No lie. That I get it. But I'm like, but where does it come from? You got to help me out with that.
That'd be a good one for the text line. 402-464-5685. The origin of cap, no cap.
Yeah. Was it from a word? Is it a Latin thing? It originated from something else. But no, it's with the tech too. The kids today, babies are getting iPads put in their lap.
Yeah, it's crazy
when they're
watching a
walking
little
the
kid
talk.
go to work on an iPad at church. They know how to work that thing
Right.
better than the parents.
Exactly. So by the time they're of age, they're into it. But you got to, like I said, you got to regulate it. You got to manage it. And if you don't manage it, that's when you have the addictive nature come in, like the question was asking. And then you as a parent, it's your job to manage it. And chiming in, I said one thing where you could do really easy. I could, like I said, chiming in on this show, I could give tips because I went through the process because I was a kid that was very active athletically and mentally. That, after I was done playing sports outside or playing a couple football games in a day or baseball, I would come home and watch movies, play more video games, have friends over, being social and all that. And then eventually there's a time where you got to do homework, you got to do your chores, you got to get rest. And so my mom and dad were like, hey, no friends tonight. You gotta just chill by yourself. Do something in your room. And so I got real creative. Thank God I had pets, I had cats, I had dogs, and we would play and have fun, or I'll sit there with my imaginary whatever. I played with I had G.I. Joes and Transformers. So I make it go down with between G.I. Joes and Transformers in the room. It'd be like a little mini war.
Oh yeah, I remember those.
Imagination now coming into parade.
Those are good times. I remember going over there. You get the green action figures. You get your whole war scene planned out.
Yep.
Do you think that how much more challenging would that be if you had a phone, or do you think your parents even let you bring the phone to your room?
Oh, I know 100%. Oh well, probably it depends. Like if I show my responsibility with my phone, I could have had it in my room. But if it was like I was staying up late or my mom and dad see I'm tired or
you wake up with bags under your eyes.
They were like, no, hand it over, homie. And it didn't take long. Like I remember when I was in high school, I was at Central, and the first night I stayed out by trying to suffice my friends, and I stayed out past my curfew. The first time I got my car, the first and only time I got my car keys taken away was my junior year at Central. We went to a little party, and I told my guys, look, I got to be at home by 10 o'clock. And it was a weekday it was a night. It was a Friday or Saturday, but my curfew was
10 p.m.
It was 10 p.m. And I came in at 10. My dad said, give me the keys. And I'm like, dang. But the whole time, like,
damn, they're cool with it. 10 minutes too late.
Oh no. Yeah.
Didn't
give
matter.
me the keys.
So you think if you walked in like 30 seconds after first minute, you're still getting your keys?
30 seconds. I'm still getting my keys jacked. It don't matter. So, but I was telling my friends, I was like, we got to leave now. It's like, and then once I got in trouble and they say, what happened? I'm like, y'all knuckleheads got me my keys taken for 2 weeks. I said, I can only drive to school and go to school, practice, and then I go straight home. I can't go over your house. I can't go over your house. I can't go nowhere other if I come home first, check in, and then if I'm grades or my
give you
homework,
the green light.
Maybe if I get the green light, they're like, really, your mom? I say, yes. They ain't no joke. That's why I told y'all, get in the car. Let's go. Get me busted, man. And sure, 2 weeks, no car keys, straight to school, back home, nothing else.
Man, that's good parenting, though.
Man,
I suppose that's what it takes.
Yeah, it was. I mean, because the same thing I had to do with my kids once I became of that age and had kids driving and walking and talking and all that. You gotta, because if you don't, what's the outcome? I mean, not the outcome. What may happen to your kids if you don't discipline them in certain ways?
Yeah, and we know that video games, they're literally made to be addictive.
Right. Everything.
So don't just leave your kid all
everything can become addictive.
100%.
Everything.
Yeah.
From watching just TV, just regular TV.
Their phone, same thing.
Right. And you can take it in your phone, you can put it in your pocket and be in your room and don't come out. I've had those moments with my kids and I'll be like, hey, give me the phone. You're not socializing. You're not hanging out with us. You're not eating.
Are you? I was gonna say, are you a no phones at the table guy? Or
yes.
You're okay.
When our kids were young, yes. They're older now. Their youngest is 22. The oldest is 29. So now it's kind of But if we're trying to really, if they've come in town to visit, then it's like, all right, we're trying to talk to you.
Yeah.
We ain't seen you in a year, so. Then my wife would say something more. I'm like, hey, put the phone down. Let's talk a little bit. And they were like, oh, okay, Dad, let's go. So it's not a big thing. It's
right.
Like,
they understand. It's like, oh yeah, you bet.
Yeah. We haven't seen you in a while. Let's talk. Yeah, put the phone down. You don't have to turn it off. Just put it down. But yeah, when they're for kids I've seen and with my school where I was at in Lakeland, there was sometimes. I remember one time this kid, I'm having a meeting about stuff. Like we just had practice. Actually, we're about to have practice, and we're having a meeting. I'm telling telling them everything that every team has to do. You got practice.
Right.
You know, we watch film. We're going to watch film. This team is doing this. This team is doing that. Or Overwatch this. Call of Duty that. Valorant this. Rocket League players do that. Blah, blah, blah. And I got a kid behind me sitting on one of the stages because he got there early, so he started playing. And so if you got, I was okay with that. But then when this is meeting time, I look behind me. He's still down here clicking on his phone. And I said, Anthony. I said, off the phone. So I said it once. Okay, coach. He started going at it again. I'm like, Anthony. All right, coach. Gets off the phone, put it down. I look back again. He has it the third time. And I was like, all right, give me the phone. He's like, what? No. I said, no, give me the phone. So I took the phone, put it in my pocket. Oh, man. And then he was like, what? And then it was in his second, he was a repeat offender.
Okay.
So about a few weeks later, same situation, telling everybody what the rules are, what's going on, what we got to do at practice today, what we got to accomplish. He's now playing on the computer. He's playing the game. And I already announced that we got a meeting starting at 6:00.
He's loaded in the lobby.
Right. And he's still, I'm in the lobby, coach. I'm like, get off the game. We're having a meeting right now. Oh, coach, no, it's about to start. He gets in game. You know what I do?
Yeah.
Unplug the computer. I went down to the plug and the ether wire. Boop, 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 boop. And everybody was like, yeah, we have a meeting right now. We're not on your time. We're on my time to help y'all get better. And you're doing that. Get over here. No. His face was completely red. He didn't know what to do or say because it was in mid-match. Like he's shooting people. He's one of our Call of Duty players, and totally not happy. I'm like, I don't care. I said, what I do care about is you learning that you're going to pay attention. That's what I care about.
That's got to be the ultimate message too in the esports world. Just unhook the whole setup.
If that didn't send a message to everybody in the room, people I saw there. He unplugged it. He unplugged the computer. And then my mom and dad would have done that. My dad, oh my God. My mom, yes. I've been in situations, I'd even push it. I already knew. I'm not doing that.
Oh yeah, my gaming setup was downstairs. If it was late and I heard the creaky stairs, it was off.
Yeah.
By the time we got to the bottom step, I was like, "Yep, I'm going to bed." Actually, you just caught me.
Right. And I said before, what happened with my car keys happened with either my Nintendo or my Sega Genesis when I was a kid in LA.
We might have to save that for the next break here because segment. Because we got to throw it to break here. We'll have one more segment. We'll figure out the origin of the NES or Nintendo. Which one was it?
I can't remember.
One of the old school.
It was one of
consoles,
the old school
nonetheless.
We'll
throw it to break here.
What happened? Oof.
We'll have that up next. Ahman Green, Harrison Arns. Talk to you guys in a little bit.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive. Always honest answers.
If you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action, the Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow Mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha.
Bank, and we've been proudly serving clients in the Lincoln community since 2008, and we're excited to open a second location in January 2024 at 70th and Pioneers Boulevard. Our new branch will provide all the convenient services you're looking for in a bank, along with the friendly staff we're known for. Whether you're starting a business or expanding your business, our team is here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com, member FDIC.
Experience flexibility like never before with Ace Rent-to-Own. Whether you're decorating a new home or upgrading your electronics, they provide easy payment plan options that suit your budget. No credit checks, no hefty interest rates, just straightforward renting solutions designed with you in mind. Find great options to make a beautifully furnished space or surround yourself with the latest gadgets. With Ace Rent-to-Own, it's all within your grasp. Visit acerentoown.com and bring home more than just a product. Bring home a lifestyle. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln is kicking off October with Can-Am side-by-side specials all month long. Are you ready to rule the terrain on a 2023 Can-Am Defender, Commander, or Maverick? You call the play and score big with rebates up to $1,500 or financing as low as 1.99% for 36 months. From an open road to the trails, there's a Can-Am side-by-side that's right for you, and Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has them all under one roof at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in, the clock is running down. Offer ends October 31st, 2023. Certain conditions apply. See dealer for details.
John Henry's Plumbing, heating and air.
After being Lincoln's #1 trusted plumbing, heating, and cooling company for 27 years, John Henry's is proud to announce we now offer electrical services. Call today to book a full range of electrical services by our licensed, background-checked professional electricians. John Henry's, our family serving yours.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, heating and air.
Now offering electrical.
Gary Michaels Clothiers celebrates 40 years of serving Nebraskans in the men's clothing industry. 40 years of some of the most memorable moments. In our way of thanking you for 40 years, we are offering a 40% discount on any single one item in the store. 40% off any suit, sport coat, slack, sport shirt, sweater, outerwear, or shoes. To receive your 40% off on one item, be there by November 11th. Gary Michaels, 40% off for 40 years, located at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through November 7th is chuck roast for just $5.99 per pound. And don't forget to check out their Friday feast this week and every week. Plus, don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Get all of your favorite restaurants delivered with VenueDelivered.com. One place for ordering delicious appetizers, refreshing salads, hot entrees, fresh sandwiches, and more. From Venue Restaurant and Lounge, Piedmont Bistro, and all Lincoln Good Sense Subs locations. Download our phone app to earn rewards on all of your carryout and delivery orders. Available on Apple and Android, just search for the Pillar Restaurants app. That's the Pillar Restaurants app. Download today.
WWE Friday Night SmackDown returns to Lincoln, January 12th, 6:45 p.m. Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Let's throw down right now.
See Rey Mysterio, LA Knight, Bobby Lashley, The Street Profits, Charlotte Flair, Io Sky, Carlito, and more. It's WWE's Friday Night SmackDown in Lincoln, January 12th. Tickets start at $25 and on sale this Friday at Ticketmaster.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, expecting mostly sunny skies with increasing cloud cover throughout the day. We'll see a high of around 51. Tonight, mainly clear skies and light winds with a low of around 27. And tomorrow, mainly sunny skies, again, light winds as well, a little warmer. We'll see a high around 58. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is the Ahman Green Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into the Ahman Green Show. I'm Harrison running the 1s and 2s. We got the host, as always, Ahman Green in studio. We got one more segment before we have the Don't Hunt Hour with Mornay Pearsonell. You guys are free to join the show, though. 402-464-5685. Before we left the last segment, you talked about a console that up and disappeared on you because you were acting a fool, apparently.
I was acting a fool I probably was like between the ages of 8 and 11.
That's what tomfoolery years.
Yeah, tomfoolery. And I was bored. I was in my room for a little bit. My dad had went out run some errands. My mom was in her room watching TV. I go up to the kitchen, go grab some snacks out of the refrigerator. And then I see for whatever reason, I got drawn to my dad's toolbox. And I open it up. And remember, he's IT. So he has a toolbox for work and a toolbox for home. This is his home toolbox. He has some wrenches and some pliers in there. And I think I took 2 of the tools, the wrench and the plier, and unraveled the rubber handle on them for, that is protects you from electricity shock or what have you, like you mentioned.
Yeah, big deal for electrical
And
workers.
I just sat there and whatever snack I was snacking on that and just peeling it off. And to me, just oblivious to what I was doing and why. And then I go to my room. I didn't even clean up the mess. I put the mess in the garbage. I'm like,
It still wasn't like crossing your head.
It was not at all. Like hitting me. I go to my room. I don't know what, maybe took a nap. I don't know. I just know I get a knock at the door. Dad comes in there with both pliers. Like, what's this? I mean, he automatically knew it was me. He's like, there's nobody in this house other than you that's going to do something like this. I know it was you. I'm like, what's the problem? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I did do that. I'm like, he's like, boy, I need these for my, when I grip things and I'm like, oh. He's like, don't worry about it. He put down the tools. He went behind my TV, unplugged. Like I said, Sega Genesis, or I would say probably Sega by this time.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had both. I had Sega Genesis and a Nintendo. Unhooked both of them. Racked the wires up. Did all the little thing. And he's like, 2 weeks. That's when you get all this back. I'm like, and so yeah. I was like, never doing it again. Never doing dumb kid stuff ever again. He put it in his closet up on the shelf. I was like, he said, don't you even think about going up in there. I was like, no problem, Dad.
I think every kid probably has one of those stories where the console gets taken away from them.
I was like, oh my goodness. I said, big dummy. I was like, what was I thinking? I wasn't thinking.
And that's when it crossed your mind. Like, yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, don't do that.
Don't mess with my dad's tools.
No, don't mess with those tools like that. He needs those. And I need my PlayStation or PlayStation, Nintendo and Sega that I had at that time. I had Sonic the Hedgehog and Altered Beast and Madden on Sega
I remember
Genesis.
Sonic playing that at my grandma's.
Yep. And
the
then
2D one.
Yep. And then I had Legend of Zelda, Gyromite, Super Mario Brothers, Tecmo Bowl, 10-Yard Fight. I had more games on Nintendo because they had been out longer. So yeah, I had a lot of games on there. So I was hurt.
Lesson learned though, nonetheless.
For real.
That's going to do it for
100%.
us. This has been the Ahman Green Show. We have the
Peace
Don't
out.
Punt Hour next with Demorne Pierce-Nell. Talk to you guys tomorrow.